Hey guys, it's Miss Porter. I hope that you all had a wonderful spring break and I hope you are all staying well. I wanted to show you what you are going to be doing this week. So everybody's going to have a copy of this slideshow attached to their assignment on in math, which you obviously see because you're watching this video. The video will be right here on the first page. I'm obviously recording it right now, so you don't have it yet. But it'll look like this, and then you will have a video here. The next slide are the assignments for the week. So your assignments for the week are to complete 40 minutes of Dreambox with at least 20 minutes on an assigned focus lesson. Remember, it looks like this. Remember, it has that calendar icon. You need at least 20 minutes on something with the calendar icon. The other 20 minutes, you can keep going with the assigned focus lesson, or you can change it to a different lesson. It's up to you. Number 2, on this slide, create a design using the table. Make sure you watch the video from slide 1 for directions. So this is the video from slide 1, so I'm going to give you directions. So I'm going to click this slide, and it'll bring me to the slide that they're asking for, which is just the next slide in this case. There is a table here. You can see here it says fractions, decimals, and percent mosaic. If I click in one of these boxes and I fill it in with, let's say, yellow, and I fill another box in with green, and I choose another box and I fill it in with blue, and this whole column, I want to fill that column in with pink. All right, so I'm just giving you an example of what you can do. You can create an actual design here, where you're like writing something, or a design where there's a picture. So I could create like a flower or a sun or whatever, mess around with it a little bit. This is the only work that you have for the week that is required is this, and it has another part to it, but it's not much. So you can create a design, create a word, or just create random boxes with random colors. It's up to you. You need to fill in every box. All right, so that is required. Once again, you're going to the fill color up here. You have to be clicked in at least one box. You can click and drag to highlight a group of boxes. And I click fill, and I'll use that orange tan color. So you need at least 5 different colors, and you need to fill the entire thing. And once you are done that, you're going to go to this next slide. Oh, I just realized I'm missing. All right, so like I said, you need 5 colors, so I just had to add that extra column or that extra row. So here you're going to put the color. I'm going to go back and do my entire, I'm going to make this all blue, and this I'm going to make black, and all of these I'm going to make, I can use a different blue, and then this. Let's see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 colors, so all of this I'm going to make orange. Okay, so I have 5 colors. Again, you can do as many colors as you want, but at least 5, so you can pick more colors if you would like. On this table, you have 5 rows, so my 5 colors are light blue. I'm going to write light blue. You guys can change the font if you would like. You can leave it, I don't care. Light blue, black, dark blue, pink, and orange. So the first thing that this asks for is the fraction. Let me just add that if you do have more than 5 colors, you click on this last box here and press tab, and it'll create another row. You're just going to have to move it up on here, which is fine. Oh, well, when you move it up, make sure that you do it correctly by moving the entire table up. It'll cover the title, but that's fine. I don't need to see the title when you submit this. So yes, if you have more, then you just press tab and it'll create another row. If you click again and press tab, it'll create another row. So make sure that you fill this out for all of your colors. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to look at light blue. Now this is a 10 by 10 grid. which means that there are 100 squares here. So I'm going to count how many blue I have. I have 10, 20, 30 blue. So here in my fraction, I'm going to put 30 over 100. But if I leave it like that, I'm going to cry, because remember, if we don't simplify, we make Miss Porter cry. So 30 over 100 equals, I can divide both my numerator and my denominator by 10, which means 30 over 100 is 3/10. Done. Decimal, 3/10. Tenths. 3/10. That's how I write 3/10 as a decimal. If you do not remember what your place values are, bring it up another tab, go to google.com and type in place value chart. And you can click on most of the images, and this one looks good. Millions, 100,000, you know what, no, that's whole numbers. Here we go. Whole part, decimal part right here. So tenths, hundredths, thousandths, 10,000ths, etc. So you can use this as a reference. All you have to do is Google. Percent. Remember, percent is how much out of 100. How much out of 100? Oh, 30 out of 100. That means 30%, 30 out of 100. Done with blue, light blue. Now black. I'm going to go back. I have 4 out of my 100. So 4 out of 100. I know I can simplify this. And if you are having trouble with that, look at your divisibility rules in your interactive notebook, or Google divisibility rules. And here is a picture that looks good. Oh, look, it has all the rules. So if I don't know that my number is divisible, I know that I have 4 and 100. So if the last digit is 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8, okay, well, I can definitely divide by 2, because 4 and 100 ends with 0. So I can definitely divide both by 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 100 divided by 2 is 50. Uh-oh, I can simplify further. I can divide both by 2. I'm going to get 1 over 25. All right. Now I'm going to go here. 4 over 100. 4 hundredths. 4 hundredths. 0.04. 4 hundredths. Percent. 4 out of 100. 4%. 4 out of 100. Now I'm going to go to dark blue. 1, 2, by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 times 8 is 16. So here I have 16 out of 100. I know I can divide both of them by 4, and I'll get 4 out of 25. 4 25ths. 16 out of 100 is 16 hundredths. 0.16. 16 hundredths. That second place value after the decimal is hundredths. 16 out of 100 is 16%. Pink. I have 1 column, so that's 10. So I have 10 out of 100. They both end with 0, which means I can divide by 10. 10 divided by 10 is 1. 100 divided by 10 is 10. This says 10 hundredths or 1/10. 0.1. 1/10. How much out of 100? 10 out of 100. 10%. Done. Orange, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 by 10 is 40. So I have 40 out of 100. They both end in 0, so I can definitely divide by 10. 4 divided by 10 is 4D divided by 10 is 4. 100 divided by 10 is 10. I can divide further because they're both even. I will get 2/5. My decimal, 40 out of 100 or 4/10. 4/10 is 0.4. And how much out of 100? 40 out of 100, so 40%. That's all I have to do here. That's it. To check my work, percent, 30 out of 100, 4 out of 100, 16 out of 100, 10 out of 100, 40 out of 100. I can go back and check to make sure that this all adds up to 100%, because this is part of the 100%, this is part of 100%, this is part, and that is part. So to make sure that I added everything correctly, that I calculated everything correctly, I can make sure that this all adds up to 100%. 30 plus 40 is 70, plus 10 is 80, plus 10 is 90, plus 6 is 96, plus 4 is 100. So I have 100%. So I did this correctly, which is great. All right, so that is what you are required to do this week is the Dreambox, 40 minutes of Dreambox, 20 minutes has to be on this assigned focus lesson, and creating the design, and have fun with it. I just did this quickly so that this video isn't an hour long. And you can have fun with this too. If I wanted to color the background of this to match what is on my my mosaic, I can. But that's up to you guys. You don't have to do all that, but you're welcome to. When you are doing this, notice how I have two blues, but all I did was I said, okay, light blue, dark blue. That's fine if you have two of the same color. Just make sure that you're distinguishing what's what so that when we go to check it, we know what you're talking about. You, again, need at least 5 colors. All right. Here are some optional extra credits. So back to this first slide. Oh, attend your Zoom meeting on Wednesday at your scheduled time. Make sure you are there on time. Start logging in 5 or 10 minutes before the time starts. All right. To make sure you get there on time. And remember, you have to have mom, dad, aunt, uncle, whoever you're living with, email me or Mrs. Schomburg if you can't make it. Otherwise, it's a 0. Number 5, click on this slide for optional extra credit. I can click here. Brings me to optional extra credit. It was also the slide right after this one that we just did. Optional extra credit. Each option is 5 points added to this week's grade. If you complete all 3 assignments, I will replace a Zoom meeting grade or Dreambox grade with a 100. So if you didn't do Dreambox 1 week since we've been out of school, or you didn't come to a Zoom meeting and you have a 0 for one of those, if you do all 3 of these, I'll give you 100 for one of those. If you do 1, then you get an extra 5 points added to this assignment. If you do 2, you get 10 points. And if you do 3 and you don't need the 100 for another grade, then you'll get 15 points added to this assignment. So that's totally up to you. This is all optional. All right. So option 1 is to complete the worksheet in your blue folder that was sent home with you guys named dot plot. Attach a picture to this assignment. So on Google Classroom, you're attaching a picture to this assignment. Option 2, on this slide, give 5 specific examples of how percentages are used in real life. Do not copy and paste, but I don't mind if you Google, but do not copy and paste. It has to be in your own words. I want to know that you understand how percentages are used in real life. So I can go to this slide, and as you can see, there's example 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over here. And you guys will click in this box, and you'll highlight to get rid of it, and you'll say blah, 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 blah. Because that's what you want to say, naturally. All right, let's fix that so I don't forget to. All right, so that is one assignment. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, just give, 5 examples. And then this one, complete the table on this slide. So there is a description, and then you need to do the fraction. Remember, it has to be simplified, decimal, and percent. So 1/2, how would I write that as a fraction? How would I write that as a decimal? And how would I write that as a percent? 1 whole, 1/4, 3/4, 1/10. All right. So again, those are optional, totally up to you. Please, please, please let me or Mrs. Schomburg know if you have any questions at all. Looking forward to seeing you guys at our Zoom meeting. I hope you're all doing well. We miss you guys so, 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 so much. It's really hard being away from you, but I'm lucky that we're able to still communicate on here, and we are still here for you always. So please let us know if you need anything. And we love you lots. Talk soon.